Welcome back to the Shigeaki podcast, the place where science and longevity come together, gently and practically. I'm Dr. Mark Hyman, functional medicine doctor, nutrition geek, and your co-host on this journey to age with strength and grace. And with me, as always, is my dear friend and inspiration, the wise and ageless soul himself, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara. Let's get straight into it today. After 60, things shift. You might feel like your legs get weaker or your hands less steady. Sleep becomes lighter. Joints start to ache in the morning. And no matter how many supplements or stretching routines you add in recovery, just feels slower. It's not just aging. What's really happening is your body is losing muscle, your joints are losing cushion, and your recovery systems are starving for the right materials. Most people focus only on exercise. But here's the truth. The body rebuilds when it sleeps. That's when growth hormone rises. That's when your tissues regenerate. And if the right nutrients aren't available at that moment, nothing repairs.
Exactly. In Japan, we always believe nighttime is not just for rest, it's for renewal. But here's what we often see. People eat dinner too early, or eat too lightly, like just a piece of toast or some fruit. Others go to bed on an empty stomach thinking it's healthier. Some eat the wrong things. Heavy meats, processed carbs, or no protein at all, which causes bloating, poor sleep, and blocks absorption. And the saddest part, they miss the one window when the body is begging for support, that moment before sleep, when just the right food can trigger healing from within.
So, today we're bringing you something timeless, a tool used for generations now backed by science. A bowl of warm, nourishing soup crafted with the right ingredients can quietly rebuild your muscles, soothe your joints, and even help you sleep better. These are not magic soups. They're smart soups, built with wisdom and served with purpose.
Stay with us because in this episode we'll walk you through 3 simple, delicious soup recipes that repair while you rest. Each one is packed with the right proteins, anti-inflammatory nutrients, and ingredients that boost joint and muscle recovery overnight. And before we dive into these healing recipes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone over 60 who's feeling weaker or stiffer than they used to. Healing is easier than you think, especially when it starts from your kitchen.
All right, let's dive into the first and maybe most powerful soup on our list, called collagen bone broth soup. This is a classic, simple, deeply nourishing recipe that has helped people heal their joints and muscles for generations. And the science behind it, even more impressive.
In Japan, we've used bone broths for centuries, from fish heads to chicken feet, not just for flavor, but for function. What many elders discovered through practice, modern science now confirms. Bone broth, when made properly, contains collagen type 2, the exact type found in your cartilage and joints. That's the magic. When you simmer bones slowly for hours, you break down the connective tissue. And what's released? Glycine supports sleep and nervous system balance. Proline and hydroxyproline, which help rebuild damaged tendons and joints. And glutamine, a powerful amino acid that heals gut lining and aids in tissue repair. So, Mark, do you know what ingredients we need for this perfect soup?
Sure, here's what you'll need. Chicken bones, pork knuckles, or fish heads, whatever is accessible and fresh. Chopped carrots, daikon, white radish, onions, and celery. A few slices of fresh ginger, and 3 or 4 crushed garlic cloves. And this is optional, but powerful. A strip of dried seaweed like kombu or a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, which helps pull minerals and collagen out of the bones.
And here's how to bring it all together. Start by blanching your bones briefly in boiling water to remove impurities. Then rinse them and move them to a clean pot. Add about 2 liters of fresh water, your vinegar or kombu, and bring it to a gentle boil. Lower to a simmer, and after about 30 minutes, add your vegetables. Let it cook slowly uncovered or loosely covered for 6 to 8 hours.
Yes, it takes time, but healing does too. As the broth simmers, it turns golden and rich. Your kitchen will smell warm and grounding. And by the time it's done, what you'll have is not just a soup, it's a liquid repair kit for your joints, your gut, and your sleep. And let's talk timing. This soup is most powerful when taken about 1 hour before bed. Just one small bowl about 250 ml is enough. Don't pair it with heavy starches or sugary desserts. Drink it slowly like a warm tea. Let it settle into your system.
And I know what happens next. Glycine gently calms your nervous system, preparing you for deep parasympathetic rest. Your body shifts into repair mode. Growth hormone peaks. The collagen and amino acids start feeding your joints and rebuilding soft tissue, especially around your knees, hips, shoulders, and spine. And maybe even more important, this soup helps with inflammation. The ginger and garlic reduce oxidative stress. The broth rehydrates you gently, and the minerals magnesium, calcium, phosphorus restore what age slowly takes away.
Many of my patients who had morning stiffness or weak grip strength noticed a difference within a week. Their fingers were less swollen, they could stand up more easily, and they slept more deeply, waking up with more clarity, less tension. That's why we call it a nighttime repair ritual. You don't need a gym. You don't need supplements. You just need a pot, some patience, and ingredients your grandparents would recognize.
So if you haven't tried bone broth in your evening routine, yet this is your sign, start tonight. Just one bowl before bed. Do it for 3 to 5 nights in a row, and you'll feel the difference in your joints, your sleep, and your strength. And stay with us, because next up is a heartier soup that fuels your muscles and stabilizes your hormones overnight.
Now, let's move on to our second soup. And I must say, this one surprised me with how effective it is. It's called nikujaga. You could think of it as Japan's version of beef stew. But this isn't the heavy kind that puts you in a food coma. It's light, subtly sweet, and deeply satisfying. When eaten before bed, it works behind the scenes to rebuild muscle, stabilize hormones, and ease the nervous system.
Yes, Mark. In Japan, this soup is comfort food, but it's also a hidden recovery tool. We often serve it to those who are weak after illness or to elders who've lost muscle tone, because it delivers the exact mix the body craves. At night, protein for strength, gentle starch for blood sugar balance, and antioxidants for repair.
You're spot on. Let's talk about that protein. The beef in this soup, just a few thin slices, is a complete source of amino acids, especially leucine and creatine. Leucine is critical for muscle protein synthesis. It tells your body, let's rebuild. Creatine supports energy in the muscles and brain. That's why after a few nights of this soup, people feel clearer in the morning, less fog, more strength. And we must not overlook the potatoes and carrots. Potatoes often get a bad reputation, but here they shine. They offer what we call slow carbs. They digest gradually, helping to keep insulin stable through the night. When insulin is stable, cortisol stays low. And when cortisol stays low, the body can slip into deeper, more healing sleep.
Exactly. So many older adults wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., not because of stress, but because their blood sugar crashes. The brain panics, releases cortisol, and boom, you're wide awake. A small bowl of nikujaga in the evening provides enough sustained energy to prevent that drop.
And onions, carrots, they're not just for flavor. They bring antioxidants like beta-carotene and quercetin, which soothe inflammation around joints and support circulation. These are small details, but when combined with the right timing and digestion, they create big results over time.
Let's talk about the preparation, not in a recipe way, but in a feel-it way. Imagine you've had an early light dinner. Around 7 or 8 p.m., you start feeling a bit hungry, maybe a little cold. Instead of grabbing crackers or something sugary, you warm up this soup. Thin slices of beef have been lightly sautéed with soft onions. Cubes of carrot and potato are simmering gently in a clear broth. Maybe it's tamari and dashi, or maybe it's just a bit of vegetable stock. It smells earthy, grounding, and you don't rush it. You sit down, you breathe in the steam. You take small spoonfuls, and with each bite, you're not just feeding hunger. You're signaling safety to your body. You're saying, here is what you need. Now rest. Now heal.
You finish the bowl, not too full, just satisfied. And here's the best part, you don't need to think about it anymore. Your body takes care of the rest. As you sleep, that beef protein is broken down into amino acids and sent to the muscles that need repair. The slow carbs keep your brain steady. Your nervous system settles into deep rest. And in the morning, you wake up just a little stronger than yesterday. So simple, so gentle, but so effective.
That's the magic of food. It's not about eating less. It's about eating right, especially at night when your body does its quiet healing work. And don't worry if you're not used to beef or Japanese-style broths. This soup is very flexible. You can use chicken or even tofu for a lighter version. The core idea is balance protein, vegetables, starch, all in harmony. Up next, our third soup. It's made with chicken, turmeric, and healing vegetables, easy to make, rich in anti-inflammatory power, and perfect for tired joints and tired minds. You won't want to miss it.
All right, let's get to our third soup. And this one might be the most practical and familiar for many of our listeners in the U.S. It's simple healing and built entirely from ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. We're talking about chicken veggie turmeric soup, a golden soothing bowl of nourishment that supports both muscle recovery and joint repair quietly while you sleep.
Yes, Mark, this soup is one of my personal favorites. It reminds me of how healing doesn't need to be exotic or complicated. Sometimes it just needs to be thoughtful. A handful of humble ingredients, shredded chicken breast, a few chopped vegetables, a bit of turmeric and garlic, cooked gently in broth, and suddenly you have a medicine bowl, not just a meal.
It starts with protein. Chicken breast provides high-quality lean protein that the body can absorb easily. And as we've said before, nighttime is when your body does most of its repair work. That means collagen synthesis, muscle recovery, and hormone regulation. But only if the body has access to enough amino acids, especially ones like leucine and glutamine that are rich in poultry. And this soup goes beyond just protein. The addition of turmeric, whether fresh or in powder, form introduces curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory compound. But curcumin doesn't work well on its own. That's why we add black pepper and olive oil. The piperine in black pepper boosts the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. And the healthy fat in olive oil helps the body retain it longer.
That's such an important point. A lot of people take turmeric supplements but don't see results because they're not pairing it properly. But in this soup, everything works together. The carrots and celery bring in fiber antioxidants like beta-carotene and vitamin A and a subtle sweetness that balances the broth. Together they help reduce oxidative stress around joints and promote smooth digestion. And digestion is key here. So many older adults struggle with late-night bloating or discomfort. But this soup, when prepared lightly without heavy cream or starch, is gentle. It warms. The stomach relaxes the gut and prepares the nervous system for rest. That alone improves sleep quality, which then enhances all other recovery pathways.
Here's how I like to prepare it at home. I start by sautéing some finely chopped onion and garlic in olive oil until fragrant. Then I stir in a bit of turmeric, let it bloom in the heat for a moment, and add shredded chicken, either leftover from a roast or boiled fresh. Then, in go the chopped carrots and celery, followed by about 3 cups of chicken broth. Let it simmer gently for 20 to 30 minutes, no rush. Low heat, a pinch of salt and pepper at the end. That's it. And the best time to enjoy this soup, about 1 hour before bedtime. Not too late, not too close to sleep. You want to give the body time to digest, but not so much that the nutrients are gone before you close your eyes.
I've had patients who swapped their usual late-night snack for a small bowl of this soup, and within just a week, they reported better sleep, less stiffness in the morning, and even reduced swelling in their hands or knees. It's not magic, it's timing, it's intention. When food is eaten at the right time in the right combination, it becomes part of your healing. That's the philosophy we're sharing here. So tonight, if you're feeling a little achy, a little tired, or just need something comforting, skip the late-night cereal or crackers. Try a warm bowl of this golden turmeric chicken soup. Let it nourish you quietly while your body does what it's designed to do, heal. Whether you're dealing with stiff knees, weak legs, or just want to sleep deeper and wake stronger, The chicken veggie turmeric soup may be your new favorite nightly ritual. And stay tuned. We have one more soup to share that's plant-based, powerful, and perfect for people who want to avoid meat or dairy.
We've talked about beef, we've talked about chicken, but let's not forget the quiet power of plants. Our fourth soup is a deeply nourishing plant-based recipe that's perfect for anyone looking to support their muscles and joints at night without feeling heavy or bloated. It's the lentil spinach soup, gentle grounding, and surprisingly powerful.
I'm so glad we're including this one, Mark. You know, in Japan, we've always respected legumes and greens, not just for their nutrition, but for their rhythm. Lentils, for example, release energy slowly. They don't spike blood sugar like white rice or bread, and spinach brings the mineral richness that aging bodies need, especially vitamin K, folate, and magnesium.
And the magic starts with the lentils. Just 1 cup of cooked lentils delivers about 18 grams of protein, all from plants. It also provides lysine, a key amino acid for collagen formation and muscle tissue repair. What makes lentils special is that their protein comes wrapped in fiber iron and antioxidants, which support gut health and reduce oxidative stress around the joints. And the fiber is the real hero here. At night when you sleep, your digestive system keeps working quietly. Soluble fiber feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which in turn helps produce short-chain fatty acids that lower inflammation systemically, including in the joints. So, a small bowl of lentil soup isn't just dinner. It's an anti-inflammatory therapy.
Now, to really elevate this soup, we pair lentils with spinach. Spinach is rich in vitamin C, K1, and folate, essential nutrients for tissue repair and blood health. Spinach also contains plant-based compounds like lutein and kaempferol that reduce inflammation and support microcirculation. And then we bring in the flavors like garlic, turmeric, cumin, and black pepper. Not only do they taste wonderful together, but they also offer real medicinal value. Turmeric, as we've mentioned before, contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory. But the key is combining it with black pepper, which boosts its absorption dramatically, and a little olive oil to help it pass through the gut wall effectively.
Let's paint the picture of how this soup comes together. You start by warming a bit of olive oil in a pot. Toss in your chopped onion, garlic, turmeric, and cumin. Let those flavors bloom. Then you add the diced carrots, a few stalks of celery, and the lentils that have already soaked or pre-cooked if you're short on time. Pour in some low-sodium vegetable broth or chicken broth and let it all simmer together for 20 to 25 minutes. Just before finishing, you stir in the spinach. It wilts quickly, releasing its green color and softening beautifully into the soup. Let it simmer for just a few more minutes. Then serve warm, not hot, ideally about an hour before bedtime.
And we always remind patients avoid pairing this soup with bread or dairy, especially late in the evening. The fiber and spices are doing delicate work on your digestion and hormones. You don't want to overload it. This soup is especially helpful for people who are vegetarian or eat less meat, but still want support for muscle repair and joint health. And because it's light, you won't feel heavy or sluggish before bed. Just calm. Just nourished. So whether you've had a busy day, sore knees, or trouble sleeping, try this lentil spinach soup. It's more than food. It's a bedtime gift to your body.
Now, just like any healing food, timing and context matter. A powerful soup can only do its job if your body is ready to receive it. So, let's walk through 5 essential tips to make sure your soup truly supports muscle growth and joint repair overnight.
Tip number 1, and I say this to every patient, eat your soup about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. That gives your digestive system enough time to break it down, absorb the nutrients, and begin the nighttime healing process during REM and non-REM sleep. If you eat too close to bedtime, your body ends up focused on digestion instead of regeneration. It can also lead to reflux or bloating, and that's no way to sleep.
Second, avoid pairing your soup with white rice pasta or other fast-digesting starches. These foods can spike your blood sugar interfering with collagen absorption and amino acid transport. If you need something on the side, go for lightly steamed vegetables or a soft-boiled egg. They'll complement the soup without causing a glucose crash.
Third, drink a small glass of warm water after your soup, about 200 milliliters. It might sound simple, but it's especially helpful for older adults who forget to hydrate in the evening. That warm water helps your body circulate collagen and nutrients more efficiently through the bloodstream and prevents the blood from becoming too thick during the night.
The fourth tip is to keep your portion to about 1 bowl, or 250 to 300 milliliters. That's enough to nourish your body without overwhelming your digestion. Too much soup, especially if it's heavy on starch or fat, can actually slow down nutrient absorption and leave you feeling sluggish in the morning.
And finally, consistency matters. Stick with this habit for at least 7 nights. Muscle and joint tissues don't rebuild overnight. They respond to patterns. I often encourage people to track their morning flexibility on a scale from 1 to 10. It helps them notice progress, often subtle at first, but very real.
So, here's the bottom line. Healing doesn't always need to start at the gym or in a bottle. Sometimes it begins in your kitchen with 1 warm bowl of soup. These recipes may seem simple, but they deliver exactly what your aging muscles and joints are craving: easy-to-digest protein, anti-inflammatory herbs, and comfort that reaches all the way into your sleep.
If you're feeling stiff in the morning, weak when climbing stairs, or waking up tired, don't just push through it. Start supporting your body the night before. Here's our challenge for you. Pick one of these soups and cook it for 3 nights in a row. Eat it slowly, eat it with care. And each morning, just pause and ask yourself, how do my joints feel today?
If you find the topic useful, please hit like, subscribe, and share. If you or someone you love is dealing with joint pain, poor sleep, or muscle weakness. Finally, comment below till we know which soup you are most excited to try and what day you will start, because small rituals done consistently become powerful medicine.